Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to do a friendship reading between Irene and Seulgi. So let's just jump into it and figure out how they get along. The first card is going to represent the connection between Irene and Seulgi. Two cards popped out, so I'll just take both. We have Pressure with Transformation and Storms with Cleansing. And we're also going to take out a card that will represent each individual. So one for Irene and one for Seulgi. One card to represent Irene in this connection. We have the Three of Pentacles. And then one card to represent Seulgi in this connection. Well, three came out, so I'll put them back. One card to represent Seulgi in this connection. Two still came out. I guess I'll take them. Okay. So the card that represents both of them was Storms and Pressure. So this tells me that the connection that they have is one where it seems like there's some conflict between them. The Storms tells me that they may have a lot of clashing ideas. It tells me that they probably have a lot of situations when they're both constantly trying to help each other by getting rid of their baggage, by cleansing their energy, and also that is all meant to help them transform and become different people. Both cards kind of, okay, this one's more of a water one, and this Pressure one makes me think of earth. So there's a sense of having grounded emotions, knowing where they're coming from, so knowing where their roots are from, understanding who they are as people and as individual. And also it seems like they both have a connection where they're both understanding the environment they're in and how to improve and grow from that. So it definitely feels like there's a sense of transforming and becoming better and improving despite clashing, or despite difficult moments, is becoming better. And the card that really, I guess, sets the tone on this one is this Pressure card, because this one always makes me think of making a diamond, right? It's putting someone under a lot of pressure in order to bring them together and learn from their experiences, then grow and be like this shiny precious diamond, right? And this Storm card makes me think of someone that is cleansing, and all of this lightning bolts and this electricity makes me think of someone that's getting a lot of epiphanies, so someone that's getting a lot of ideas, a lot of new perspectives, and a lot of energy and sparks of inspiration. So definitely it feels like they just have a connection that is inspired in growth and improvement, and it seems like they both have had a lot of hardships that they have gone together and overcome them together. Not necessarily that they both had the same hardship, but more like they were able to relate to each other enough to help each other out. Now the card that represents Irene is the Three of Pentacles. So this tells me that Irene is a person in this connection. She is the one that loves to help out. She is the one that likes to work with other people. The Three of Pentacles is a card that represents people that are, experts at what they do, and they come together to create a project and work together and make something prettier, something beautiful. And it's a lot about teamwork and group work. So this tells me that Irene in this connection is the one that seems to be offering a lot of help, or is the one that offers her expertise, or is someone that likes to work with other people, in this case being Seulgi. On the other hand, the card that represents Seulgi, or the cards that represent her, is the Page of Pentacles reverse and the High Priestess reverse. So it feels like in this one, Seulgi is the one that kind of has a lot of things that she doesn't understand, a lot of intuitive messages that come through. The High Priestess represents the moon. So this tells me that it's all about the emotions, all of the unknown, all of the subconscious side that Seulgi has. And it's like kind of helping, there's a sense of like helping someone ground themselves. So I do feel that in this case, these two cards represent the side of Seulgi that maybe she struggles to ground and understand and analyze and work with. So they both have this sense of groundingness, or like trying to work through difficulties. But in this case, I do feel that Seulgi is the one that is usually in the need of grounding the unknown. The High Priestess usually talks about things that we cannot see. It talks about intuition. It talks about connecting to this other world that we're not aware of, because it's not like a 3D physical thing we can like interact with. It's more of the unconscious, the things that we're unaware of, our subconscious side as well. So in this Page of Pentacles, is this is like a new beginning, and with both of them being reversed, I do feel that this is something Seulgi constantly struggles with. The things that she cannot see, the unknown, the things that she feels, she may not be able to process it immediately and understand where it's coming from and where it's going. So I do feel that in this connection, Seulgi brings all of the, I guess, like the questions, or brings all of the, so how does this work? How will this other thing work? So the one that's bringing all the questions, all the unknowns, is Seulgi in this connection. And the one that seems to be offering a lot of the help is Irene. Now, how does Irene see Seulgi? We have the Six of Pentacles. So this tells me that Irene sees Seulgi as someone that gives as much as she takes, an equal, someone that brings a lot of fortune, a lot of good luck, someone that is cared for. So I do feel that Irene just sees Seulgi as someone that she wants to continue taking care of as well. How does Seulgi see Irene? We have the Three of Wands reversed. Okay. I'll talk about it in a little bit. Let me continue with this one. Also, with the Six of Pentacles, there's a sense of charity. So I do feel that Irene sees how Seulgi is very good at helping other people that need it. Seulgi is also someone that will, if she has the money or if she has the ability to bring balance into other people's lives, she will give it. She's very generous, and I think Irene highlights those aspects of Seulgi very well, and she seems to really admire the ability that Seulgi has to bring a lot of hope and, I guess, light into other people's lives. Because this card talks about good fortune, it talks about an equal give and take relationship. So I do feel that there's a sense of Seulgi gives as much to Irene as she takes from her, but at the same time, I do feel that Irene really admires the generosity that Seulgi has with other people. Now, the way that Seulgi sees Irene, we have the Three of Wands reversed. So this Three of Wands usually makes me think of contracts and makes me think of working with other people. But with it in reverse, I do feel that Seulgi sees how hard it is for Irene to work with other people. And what I mean by that is like maybe someone that is a bit more shy, or someone that prefers to do things on their own, or someone that may be a bit timid, so they struggle to open up to other people. I do feel that that's why maybe for Irene it's a bit difficult to work with others and open up and show like this Three of Pentacles type of energy. But I think Seulgi brings a lot of good faith of sorts, or good energy, that it allows Irene to openly give to Seulgi, because she knows that Seulgi will give in return, or will not take advantage of the generosity that other people give, because Seulgi is just as generous, right? So I feel that that sets a certain, I guess, grounding of trust that allows Irene to work with Seulgi very well. And this Three of Wands tells me that I feel something about not going out of someone's comfort zone. So I do feel that in this sense, it shows that Seulgi sees how Irene struggles to go out of her comfort zone, or it's very difficult for Irene to see beyond what's in front of her and see like the bigger picture. This Three of Wands does talk about bigger pictures, seeing what you have, what until what the horizon can touch, and then trying to expand from there. This is definitely a card about expansion. So with it being reversed, it kind of feels that Seulgi sees the difficulties that Irene goes through to continue expanding, continue improving, and all of that. And the type of connection that they have is to improve, right? So in this case, it definitely feels like Seulgi helps Irene take action in improving herself and becoming better, because wands are all about action. The next card that I'm going to take out is going to describe how do they like to spend their time together. We have North with expansion. So I mentioned earlier that the Three of Wands did talk about expansion, so I do feel that it's very fitting that this card just kind of randomly popped up. So the thing that they like to do together is this could be like traveling, or like going to places and doing new things and meeting new people and stuff like that. But this could also be a little bit more like a metaphor of expansion. Doesn't have to be like a physical journey. It could be a spiritual journey or a mental journey. So this means that they like to spend their time together, either talking about how they can improve on their skills or improve their jobs or improve their lifestyles. They like to talk about improvements, or they like to talk about how they can make things better, how can they have the lifestyle that they wish and that they desire. And with this North card and expansion, it makes me think of like the North Star, and how on this side of the world we see that as a form of centering yourself. And what I mean by that, by centering, I mean someone that is able to find their bearings and knowing where, and seeing that as a guidance as to where to go to. So what I'm trying to get at is that I do feel that this North card goes very well with the other two cards that came above it, meaning that they both are very good at guiding each other and centering themselves to be able to find their footing and their grounding, and being able to finally understand where they're at and where they want to go, and then being able to, stay grounded and rooted and continue moving and expanding and becoming the versions that they want to be for themselves. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. That's what they like to do, to spend their time in. It could be spoken, or it could just be, when you have two people just hanging out together doing their thing, and they're subconsciously helping each other out. The next card that we're going to take out is going to figure out what they like about each other. So what does Irene like about Seulgi? So we have the Queen of Pentacles, but it was kind of going to come out reversed, so I guess I'll leave it reversed. What does Seulgi like about Irene? Wait. So a lot of cards came out, but I'm gonna take the first one that kind of came out, which is the Six of Swords. Okay. So the thing that Irene likes about Seulgi, here we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So it was kind of upright, but I felt that it was also kind of reversed, so I just took it as a reversal because it can be both things, right? So the thing that Irene likes about Seulgi is the potential that Seulgi has of being this Queen of Pentacles. Like, this card being reversed is not bad, because this Queen of Pentacles, when it's upright, it talks about someone that's very generous, someone that likes to give a lot to other people. May it be in material possessions, or may it be by taking care of other people, feeding other people, I guess financially supporting other people, or just being the strong support that is super grounded, super solid, and able to help other people because of the tranquility that someone brings, right? That's what the Queen of Pentacles usually means when it's upright. But when it's reversed, it talks about someone that needs to do a lot more self-care, right? Someone that, instead of giving all of that generous, I guess, gifts to other people, is like, pay all of that attention and those gifts to yourself. So that's why this card is not necessarily bad when it's reversed. And that's why I was kind of talking about potential. It's like, yeah, Seulgi is very good at giving to other people. But I think the thing that Irene likes is that Seulgi is also pretty good at giving that to herself when she needs it. Because it definitely feels like this card was like kind of iffy, like it's upright but it's kind of reversed. So I do feel that on the outside, Seulgi gives a lot to other people, which we talked about earlier with the Six of Pentacles. But also the thing that Irene really likes is that Seulgi doesn't do it from a place of needing to give to other people. It comes from a place of doing so well for herself that she wants to just spread all of her blessings to others. So it kind of feels like Irene really admires how Seulgi is very good at also taking care of herself. So Seulgi doesn't give to others at the expense of her own self, and I think that's what Irene really likes. Now, the thing that Seulgi likes about Irene is Irene's ability to just walk away from bad situations. So the Six of Swords talks about a mental turmoil and walking away from that, and just letting go of something that is very mentally exhausting to think about. So I do feel that Seulgi really admires how Irene doesn't overthink things, or if she does, she's very good at just cutting the root of the problem and moving away from it. So it definitely feels like, usually when you talk about the Six of Swords, we're talking about people that are going towards calmer waters, or going to a safe space, or like a home of sorts. So there's this very, and I just noticed they're both blue cards, so that talks about the throat chakra. So I think Seulgi really likes Irene's honesty, and She really likes how Irene doesn't really bother with issues or tries not to dwell too much on situations that are kind of hopeless or meaningless or don't carry any value to her. So I do feel that Seulgi really admires how Irene is able to just let go of situations when she knows that it's a lot of baggage or it's very bothersome or it's unnecessary. And yeah, with the blue, it makes me think of the throat chakra. So again, being very truthful, being very honest, and being very good at self-expressing yourself. Those were the words that kind of describe what Seulgi likes about Irene. The next card that I'm going to take out is what have they learned from each other. So what has Irene learned from Seulgi? We have the Nine of Swords. Okay, that's strange. What has Seulgi learned from Irene? We have the Emperor reversed and the Page of Pentacles, which is interesting because she got the Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so the Nine of Swords usually talks about someone that's stressed and someone that's overthinking something, someone that's very anxious and like dreams of nightmares. They wake up with nightmares because of all that mental stress, right? But with it being here, I think that what Irene has learned from Seulgi is how to identify the things that stress Irene. So even though Irene is very good at walking away from problems and situations that maybe are like that she doesn't want to deal with, I do feel that sometimes Irene could walk away from situations a little bit too early. And what I mean by that is that by doing that, Irene kind of misses the lesson that she could have learned from those experiences. And that's not necessarily walking away from something that is not good is not the issue. The issue, I do feel that there's a certain sense of avoidance or a certain sense of not learning the lessons that are necessary for Irene's healing. And remember, the type of connection that they have is full of self-improvement and development and self-care and stuff like that, right? Becoming the best versions of themselves. So this Nine of Swords makes me think that Irene has learned from Seulgi how to face the baggage that Irene may unconsciously be constantly pushing away and constantly be walking away from, right? So I do feel that there's a sense of just of awareness of the struggles and difficulties and bad times that Irene may sometimes want to ignore. The thing that Seulgi has learned from Irene, here we have the Emperor reverse and the Page of Pentacles. So it kind of feels, the Emperor talks about someone that's very stable, someone that knows when to take action. The Emperor is the combination of all the kings in tarot. So the King of Cups, the King of Wands, the King of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. It's bringing all of them together, and their best qualities are here in the Emperor. But with it being reversed, it tells me that there's a sense of letting go of that. And I'm going to explain a little bit better what I mean by that. Because this Page of Pentacles kind of shows, which, again, Seulgi got that earlier, but it was reversed in this one. So maybe Seulgi doesn't see the side of herself, but Irene has definitely taught Seulgi how to see that side of herself. It feels like this sense of being more vulnerable or letting go somehow. So there's a thing like Seulgi has learned from Irene how to kind of break down, if that makes sense. Just not always be so dependable and allowing Seulgi to just kind of be in her feelings, I guess, and allowing Seulgi to just play around a little bit more and not take things so seriously. That's kind of where I'm getting at. So this Emperor reverse doesn't necessarily feel like a bad card. It just feels like letting go of responsibilities and letting go of the pressure of always doing the right thing and letting go of always being expected to take care of other people. So there's this sense of allowing Seulgi to not be as dependable, and in the sense of like, Seulgi has learned from Irene how to just be a bit more childish, a little bit more in not always having to be the support for other people. That's kind of what I'm getting with the Emperor. And this Page of Pentacles is like the beginning of something. It's like baby energy, someone that's barely getting the qualities of this pentacle energy. Pentacles are all earth, So stability, being grounded, slow and steady, goal orientated. So with this Page of Pentacles, it kind of feels more like being a little bit more laid back. It, again, letting go of those responsibilities, letting go of always having to be stable and always having her problems together and always having to be put together. So it definitely feels like there's a sense of the thing that Irene has taught Seulgi, or the thing that Seulgi has learned from Irene, is just to let go a little bit, to have a bit more fun, and to I guess in a way be less hard on herself on the responsibilities that Seulgi may bear for herself. Bear. And the last question that we have here is, why did Irene and Seulgi meet? We have outer core with fluidity. So this is a water card, which again makes me think of spirituality, emotions, creativity, all that stuff. But with the outer core, it kind of feels like they met so like that they could help each other out in trying to work in the like they met so they could both work on the inside, you know, things that cannot be physically seen. So work on their self-care, their health, their skills, their confidence, their happiness. You know, they met so they could work on that together, and then on the outside be able to reflect the happiness and the self-worth and the confidence and the work that they have done for themselves in the inside. So that's kind of like the whole point they met. They met so like that they can allow each other to flow with their own situations. Again, a sense of healing, a sense of growing and developing. And this water card is like helping each other figure out how they feel, or figuring out what's bothering them, and then slowly unblock that blocked energy and allowing things to flow again in order for them to have the inner peace necessary so it reflects outside as beauty, right? So it reflects on their physical aspects that they have been working on themselves. So just to help each other be a bit more stable. So yeah, I'll leave that there. I hope you guys like this reading. I hope you found this entertaining, and I'll see you on the next one, whenever that is, however that is. Love and healing from my part to you, and bye.